What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we diving into a deck here in MTG Arena, playing some mono blue tempo. Essentially, it is a mono blue Delver deck, focusing around playing a lot of spells, getting out some early one-drop creatures, and essentially using those creatures to kind of be our cards to put pressure onto our opponent while tempoing out the opponent and based on what they're doing and being very reactive when it comes to actually being aggressive against our opponent. The overall theme of the deck, like I said, is a little bit of the tempo side, focusing on cards like Delver of Secrets. We also have Ascendant Spirit here as a one-drop, and we have a couple other creatures in the deck like Dream Shackle Geist, making our opponent tap target creature or making target creature opponent controls not tap during their upkeep step, as well as having some disruption to kind of go along with that. Overall, like I said, the goal here is we're just trying to tempo out our opponent, play a lot of little small drops and play spells to kind of control the board state and kind of get it into our favor so we can attack in for damage. Like I said, first drop in the deck is Ascendant Spirit, 1-drop, 1/1 from Kaldheim that we can tap snow mana. 2, we make it a 2/3. 3, we make it a 4/4 with flying, and then 4, we can give it a 2+1/+1 counters, and then whenever it deals combat damage to a player, we get to draw a card. Then we have Delver of Secrets. It's a 1/1 that if we reveal an instant or sorcery spell on our upkeep, we can flip it over into a 3/2, allowing us to get very aggressive very early if we can flip over a spell on the second turn that we after playing Delver. Fade and Hope for some board bounce, making your opponent have to replay spells. Spell Pierce to, some cheap counter spell action here, counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2. March of the Swirling Mist here for either you can make their opponent's creatures phase out, or you can make your creatures phase out, depending on what this board state situation is. If our opponent tries to target a creature we control, we can phase it out, removing it from the battlefield and nullifies the spell essentially. Overall, pretty decent, and we can make it cost 2 less if we, discard a blue card in the process. We have 1 copy Draw Disruption as a counter target spell, as well as a tap land in case we need blue mana. Spectral Adversary here, 2 mana, 2/1 flash flyer that we can tap 2 as many times as we want, and we can put +1/+1 counters based on how many times we paid that, and then up to that many target artifacts, creatures, and or enchantments phase out, which is definitely pretty good. Essence Capture here to target counter target creature spell, and then we get to put a +1/+1 counter up to 1 target creature we control. Gaslight Snare, 3 mana counter spell that costs 1 less if we control a spirit. It also costs 1 less if we control an enchantment. We don't really play too many enchantments, so most of the time it'll be a 2 mana counter spell that makes opponent have to pay 3 mana in order to not counter. Thirst for Discovery for a little bit of that card draw action. We can draw 2 cards and discard a land card. Or discard 2 cards if need. All right, we draw 3 cards, discard 2 cards unless we just draw a basic land card. Dream Shackle Geist, like I said, is a 3 mana, 3/1 flyer. That's the beginning of our combat. During our turn, we get to choose up to 1, tap target creature, and target creature an opponent controls doesn't untap during their untap step, which is definitely very good, locking down a possible threat if they attacked in with something. And then we just play 21 snow-covered island basic. So nothing super crazy here when it comes to overall mana bases. You could play some of the the mono blue temple from Kamigawa if you want, if you have a couple copies for some additional bounce effects. But overall here, just having the snowman is definitely very beneficial because it allows us to start paying into Ascendant Spirit. With that being said, I'm going to dive into the ladder, kind of see how this deck performs in the current ladder landscape, just because I know there's a lot of Boros Burn going on there and, the typical other decks that are out there. I think I'm somewhere in the gold rank, so I'm not really expecting to really get pushed to Mythic with this deck, but, getting a couple, wins in this video would definitely pretty awesome. With that being said, let's dive into some games and kind of see how we do. All right, so first hand it's pretty good. We got some Delvers, we have some lands. I think it's definitely a keep. So let's see how we draw. Hopefully we flip over non-creature spell or a land. Hopefully we get a non-creature spell here on the upkeep would definitely be pretty good. Gonna see what our opponent's playing. They're not slamming down a land, so maybe they're trying to figure out what to do with what we got going on here. All right, playing something mono red. All right, looks like we're playing Boros Burn, so hopefully we can out-tempo our opponent. We'll decline. In this sense, I feel like I'm going to sit back and keep, my mana open, and we'll end turn. Just because I assume they're playing a 2-drop here. So like I said, we'll kind of make sure we have mana to counter whatever they play, put a counter on Delver. We got our 3rd land, so I feel like we're definitely good in that sense. Wait for it. They're thinking about it. I bet you they're probably like, oh, they have a counter, but do I want to play into the counter? If they remove it, they remove it. Then I play a new one. If that's what they want to do and waste their turn, waste their +1/+1 counter. I'm good with that. And we'll say go. Sure, they get a 2/2, which is good for them, but overall still not worried about it. We'll counter, put a counter here. They can attack in if they want. I'll take 2. I'm not worried about 2. Decline. Still not getting our whatchamacallit here. So we can Geist and tap their creature down and swing in for 2. We could leave mana open for a possible counter. I think we try to put the pressure on them. We'll tap target creature and we'll swing in for 2. Maybe I hold back and we hold the counter open. I'm not sure, but definitely gonna see what they do here. I won't block if they attack. Maybe they're gonna play a burn spell. That's fine. Yeah, I probably should have left open the protection. So they're gonna just play burn spells the whole time. All right. They got a handful of burns, so they don't have a lot of pressure, which is good for us. Nothing else going on creature-wise. An Ascendant Spirit would be really good for us in this position. If I was them, I would have realized that something skipped and I didn't have a play. So, I mean, maybe they think I have counters. Maybe they think I have a whole handful of lands. Looking back, I probably should have left open protection for the Dream Shackle Geist and maybe just left the counter open. So they just have a handful of lands. We'll counter because they only have his lands, so that's good for us. We'll only take 2. And now we're just looking for a threat, to be quite honest. Just need a threat. And doesn't look like they have one. Or they have burn, I'm not sure. Wow. Land City. Land City. The problem is once they start getting enough lands, we don't have creatures on the board, we're going to be in a bad position just because they'll have enough mana to tap out to, you know, prevent us from playing the spell. I don't have a creature, right? I can't. I just have counter spells, make me pay an additional 3. Just had counters, nothing else. Yeah, we need to draw something, and lands is definitely not it. We'll skip with the land in hand. You know, pretend that we have a counter spell. I mean, I could do something here, but we kind of drawn out. And it probably goes back to, like I said, if I didn't play the creature and had left open mana for the counter, this game probably would have been in a different position where we're at. I mean, we do play a fair amount of creatures. You know, we have 4 Ascendant Spirits. We still have 2 Delvers in the deck. We have a couple Spectral Adversaries. And this is where our opponent's going to take over. Don't really got anything. And if we draw a land, it's pretty much over because that means flips. Yeah. This is not going great. Well, good thing it showed up. Good thing it showed up finally. I mean, a couple turns late. Sure. And that's game. We fell behind because they were able to grind us out. I feel like Boros Burn is definitely going to be the toughest matchup, and we got to make sure we have stuff in order to do so. We go first. Hand's okay. You know, it's definitely a little light on a bunch of stuff, but we'll play Ascendant Spirit and we'll say go. Fate and Hope's not bad, especially against against a a little bit of a slower deck. We're not gonna put a bunch of stuff into it. Sure. I'm not worried about that. We'll just put this mana in there. And turn. Yeah, we can end a turn, do this if they don't really, try to remove our Ascendant Spirit. We have protection open in case they try to do something. Sure. We'll fly. We'll swing for 4. We'll Fade and Hope this back. We'll keep Spell Pierce. And we'll say go. They are a little bit on the back pedal now. Definitely an interesting Bant deck. Submit 0. Auto pay. Resolve. Sure. I'll take 1. 18. My turn. I could play Shacklegeist here and tap down their Brutal Cathar and make sure we have something going. Or we just do this and we swing it for 4 in the air. And we say go and see what they do. I mean, they have mana open. If they play like a big spell, maybe we can Spell Pierce, but definitely it's going to be interesting here. It's going to be a little dicey. If they play another Brutal Cathar, they could... Sure. Sure. I'll take the 2 from Brutal Cathar. I'm not worried about that. I'll take 3. Because I'll swing back for 7. Target creature doesn't untap. We'll swing for 7. And we'll say go. It doesn't tap, so I'm not worried about it. Sure. Is it like a weird landfall deck? Sure. I'll take it. We're at 5. Spell Pierce. And we'll play this. We'll draw. We'll submit 1. Um, 7, 9. Damn, those. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. I completely forgot. They play Join the Dance. I think we're out of lethal range. Okay, we're going to 1. Oh, okay. I guess that's a possibility. I mean, I wasn't expecting a Vorinclex, but yeah. That is a creature that I was not expecting. All right. We're on the play. Don't have a turn 1 play, but I think it's keep. Maybe we get lucky. All right. Looks like we're playing. Looks like we are playing against Boros Burn. I mean, Dream Shackle Geist isn't terrible against Boros Burn because if they attack aggressively, that means they're going to do stuff. Sure. And we'll block. Now we're going to probably get mana screwed is going to be my best guess here. See what they do. In their position, I feel like if they have removal, this is where they would want to play it. Sure. Now, do they get aggressive is the real thing? Yep. Don't need that. I need a land. That is a land. We'll lock you down. We'll swing you for 1. Definitely a tough. Yeah, that's a play. No blocks. Land's good. We'll tap down the Raiju. We'll... Say go. Yep. End out 1. Definitely interesting here. Sure. Question is, do I tap? Do I take 4? I go down to 7. Yeah, that's fine. We'll level. My turn. Sure. They're just going all in, aren't they? We'll play another one of these. We'll tap you down. We'll tap you down. We'll swing in. Yeah, I don't have any removals, so might as well play another Ascendant Spirit and say go. Might as well get some beef up the blockers just in case. Sure. Ready. We're at 6. They have 1 card. Sure. Nothing. Interesting. Tap. 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 I just gotta eat damage. So I can just block and I'll be fine. Yep, that's fine. They're at 9. Sure. All right, we locked them down. Good for us. On the play, hand is good. We'll play Delver. See if we can get Delver going. Something green. Oh, yeah, buddy. Swing for 3. I think we get Spirit going. I know they're probably going to play something. But I think we try to put pressure on mono green just because it can get bigger than us. And we get a counter spell, which is good. And turn. Is this a counter spell? Creature. I'll take 3. Definitely not feeling pressure. They're at 10. We'll say go. Now creature? Sure. That is definitely a way to get around. Yep. Okay, and we'll level. You can crew, I guess. If you want. Land actually would be pretty nice. Because we could then march of this Whirling Mist, which would be pretty good. Wari is a possibility of something. Do I attack in and see what happens? I think we do. Attack for 5. Do you want me to pump it? That's fine. Sure. Probably give him reach. I probably should have pumped before blocks with the Sika. Trying to think of... Probably messed that up. Yeah, I'm not going to get around that, and they're going to get through, so we'll scoop on that one. That was a misplay by me, I think. We go first. Hand's pretty good. Delver. Hey. 3 damage. Something green-white. Innkeeper. Well, Jawari. Don't need a ramp into possibly like an Asika's Chariot or something. And turn. They're at 14. 3 mana. Voice. Sure. The 2/2 voice isn't anything scary. Didn't draw land. We'll swing for 3. They're at 11. So go. A lot of March of the Swirling Mist in our hand. Yeah. Fight Riggins a thing. Hideaway 5. Does it matter is the question. Does it matter? Right? If we give them pressure, and they're only swinging in for 3, we'll Spell Pierce that. Sure. Yep. We'll play Spectral Adversary. Didn't pay anything. Go. Geist would have is good, but it's like, do I play something? Yeah, why not? We'll just tap him down. It would have been nice if I drew a land, but this puts them under pressure because I mean they're at 6, so they have to do something here. That's fine. We'll just phase it out. Right? Phase it out. And we're good. And we're good. We go first. Hands okay. I play Delver. I'm not sure if it's Delver or if it's Ascended Spirit. Possibly Ascended Spirit, because yeah. So something is it? We'll play Ascended Spirit. We'll say go. They know they can't like tap out, right? Because we have Spell Pierce in hand. So if they try to do some sort of removal, that's not good. I mean, they can play like Egg. I think like Egg's a thing. We need a land. A land would be nice. 3 mana would be like perfect in this situation. Sure. Not sure why you'd essence. I'm not sure why you iteration on turn 2 after playing a land, because if you get a land in your like exile, you can't play it. Like that card's now useless. I guess it's like maybe, I don't know, looking for a land. I don't know what the situation is. Essence capture. Some sort of Izzet deck that's kind of interesting, to say the least. And our opponent had enough, I guess. We go first, which is interesting. I guess we keep Delver on turn 1's great. Maybe flip over a non-creature card. Perfect. Like, nice. And turn. They're at 17. Looks like mono black control of some sort. That's not great. Swinging for 3. They don't have removal, which is good. We'll splash in Adversary here at the end. Maybe they don't have anything. Sure. They get a treasure. We'll flash in this. Makes our removal that much better. Still no lands. Swing for 5. If they're trying to get like a bolt out, we have a counter spell in our hand. And I think they saw the rating on the wall because we had a counter spell that cost 2 mana. We're on the play again. Awesome. We'll keep. Got a Delver. Hopefully draw into some good stuff. We have 3 lands. Have spot removal. Or, well, protection, I guess, is the best way to put it. Hopefully we're playing a creature deck as well because we have Essence Capture. Opponent's thinking. Alright. Delver. Turn 1 Delver is always the scary play here. Just because you're like, you know, you're not sure. Swing for 1. Not the best, but, you know, you do what you gotta do. Got some protection now. Got an adversary maybe to put some more pressure on. I don't know why they said oops. Okay, they're out as well. Maybe they played their land on the wrong color. All right, we're on the play. This time no Delver, but we have a Spirit, so that's pretty good. So turn 1 Spirit. Question is, what is our opponent playing? Something white, possibly mono white, possibly possibly Boros. Looks like mono white. Sure, Thalia is fine. Say go. All right, 18 because they blocked. Sure. Bounce it back. Spell Pierce isn't as good in mono white, so we'll get rid of it. Land is great. We'll swing for 2. It's like that's what I thought. I'll probably drop a Thalia again. We'll then play Essence Capture, which is fantastic for us. Maybe they drop a way to get rid of it. I don't really know. I wouldn't have played it that way. I'll take 2. Sure. That means they're not blocking, which is fantastic for us. The more, the better. Get that pressure going. Essence Capture is great here. I can see. Okay, that was weird. Brutal Cathar. We'll Essence Capture again. We'll spread the wealth. Attacking for 2. It's fine. Decline. They made Thalia here because now they have mana open. Sure. We'll autopay and we'll phase that out. You can get a March of the Swirling Mist or a Dream Shacklegeist. Okay. I can see what's happening to my game. Sure. Fine. Not sure why they took the why they took the non-creature. I think we tap. Here I get to the ground. This, if it blocks, I guess, will make their bigger creature block. Then I can attack him for more pressure. Sure. They're at 5. Probably don't want to tap out if I was them, because that means then they can get a creature land that can protect the air, because then they go down to 2 if they don't. Definitely a tough play here. A Baroque Thar would be actually kind of brutal for us. Sure. Blocking up the ground. Intrepid Adversaries, fine. Get a 1/1. But I think it's still game. Because we can just give Ascendant Spirit flying. Delver if it flips. Tap down their only flyer. And reveal. And bounce. Done. Combat. Tap target creature. Tap Thalia. Swinging for 7 in the air. All right. Just want to give a special shout out to the channel members here on my YouTube channel. You can also become a channel member yourself down below the video, hitting that join button. It definitely helps out a lot, and I just appreciate you guys for your support. And we are back. So overall, I feel like the games went pretty good. I kind of had to remember how to play more of a tempo game compared to my earlier games with this deck. You know, it's not a typical aggro deck. Like I said, it is one of those things you got to look and find your little bit of lanes and kind of navigate your deck through them. Even in instances where we were mana screwed and things like that, we were still able to pull out 6 wins with this deck, which is definitely very good compared to 3 losses. We did lose against Mono Green, we lost against a Bant deck, and we also lost once against a Boros Aggro deck. It is definitely a tough matchup, I would say, especially for that Boros Aggro deck. With the Mono Green deck, and I think the other deck, we kind of maybe misplayed a couple of times. You know, we didn't leave open mana to kind of do certain things, and we kind of had to go all in. We went all in a couple of times, tapping ourselves out, which doesn't help us keep the tempo in our favor. But overall, I mean, the deck is good. It is definitely a deck that is a little bit more challenging, I would say, than your typical aggro deck. It is a deck I would recommend if you're into something more of a control / aggro deck, if that's what you are looking to play. But with that being said, if you like the video, hit that like button. It definitely helps out a lot. If you want to check out the deck yourself and import it into MTG Arena, I'll have a deck list down in the link in the description below. If you want to click on that, import it to Arena and try it out for yourself. If you're new here, you want to know post new videos on the channel, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.